Hello and welcome back to Kim Reads as we continue with Misery. Misery Within Misery, Chapter 5. Jeffrey had no time to look for smelling salts. He doubted if such a tough-old soldier as Mrs. Ramage threw them around anyway. But beneath her sink he found a rag which smelled faintly of ammonia. He did not pass this beneath her nose, but pressed it against her lower face. The possibility Coulter had raised, however faint, was too his to merit in much the way of consideration. She jerked around and opened her eyes. For a moment she looked at him with dazed, uncomprehending bewilderment. Then she sat up. "No," she said. "Mr. Jeffrey, say you don't mean it. Say it is true." "I don't know if it is or not," he said, "but we must satisfy ourselves immediately. Immediately, Mrs. Ramage. I can do all the digging myself. If there's digging that must be done." She was staring at him with horrified eyes, her hands pressed so tightly over her mouth that her hands were white. "Can you help me if help is needed? There's really no one else." "My lord," she said numbly. "My lord, Mr. Ian must know nothing of this until we know more," he said. "If God is good, he never know at all." He would not vote to her unspoken hope at the back of her mind, a hope which seemed almost as monstrous as his fears. If God was very good, he would find out about night's work. When his wife and only love was restored to him, he returned from the dead almost as miraculously as that of Lazarus. "Oh, this is terrible, terrible," she said in faint, fluttery voice. Holding on to the table, she managed to pull herself to her feet. She stood swaying, little straggles of hair hanging around her face among the muscrails of her cap. "Are you well enough?" he said more calmly. "If not, then I must try on his best to carry on myself." She drew a deep, shuddering breath and let it out. The side-to-side sway stopped. She turned and walked toward the pantry. "There's a pair of spades in the shed out back," she said. "A pick as well, I think. Throw them in your trap. There's half a bottle out there in the gin in the pantry. Been there and touched since Bill died 5 years ago on Lammas night. I'll have a bit and then join you, Mr. Jeffrey. You're a brave woman, Mrs. Ramage. Be quick." "I never fear me," she said, and grasped the bottle of gin with a hand that trembled almost slightly. There was no dust on the bottle. Not even the pantry was safe from the relentless dust cloud of Mrs. Ramage. The label reading "Cloth and Poor Boozers" was yellow. "Be quick yourself." She had always hated spirits, and her stomach wanted to stick with gin, with its nasty juniper smell and oily taste back up. She made it stay down, though she would need it. And I'm going to stop right there. Thanks for listening.